Targaryens still ruled uncontested, powerful, and dangerously arrogant. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms takes us back to that era, where tourneys replaced dragonfire, hedge knights cross paths with prince. Death, betrayal, and destiny are never far away. King Daeron II Targaryen, the good king at the center of it all. At the top of the family tree sits King Daeron II Targaryen, often remembered as Daeron the Good. He's the reigning monarch during the events of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, ruling from the Iron Throne after successfully ending the First Blackfyre Rebellion. As the son of Aegon IV the Unworthy and Queen Aerys, Daeron's claim was once questioned, but his reign proves his legitimacy through diplomacy rather than brute force. His marriage to Maria Martell finally binds Dorne to the Iron Throne, a political masterstroke that reshapes Westeros forever. Although Daeron never appears on page during the tourney of Ashford Meadow, his influence is everywhere. He is the father of Baelor Breakspear, Aerys, Rhaegel, and Maekar, and the fragile balance between these sons defines the tension of the era. Daeron represents stability, the calm before the storm, but that calm is temporary. Shortly after the events of the Hedge Knight, Daeron II dies during the Great Spring Sickness, a devastating plague that sweeps across Westeros. His death is not heroic or dramatic, but it is catastrophic, triggering a succession crisis that strips House Targaryen of its strongest leadership in a single blow.
How good a knight are you?
You'll see.
Prince Baelor Targaryen, Breakspear, the king who never was. Prince Baelor Targaryen, better known as Baelor Breakspear, is the heart and soul of the Hedge Knight. As Daeron II's eldest son, he is the Prince of Dragonstone and the unquestioned heir to the Iron Throne. With his Dornish mother's dark hair and strong sense of honor, Baelor stands apart from traditional Valyrian stereotypes, embodying the best qualities of knighthood and kingship. At the tourney of Ashford Meadow, Baelor acts as both judge and mediator, even allowing Dunk to compete despite lacking proof of knighthood. When Prince Aerion assaults a puppeteer and Dunk intervenes, it's Baelor who insists on fairness, ultimately standing for Dunk during the infamous Trial of Seven. What makes this moment devastating is that Baelor chooses justice over blood, fighting against his own brother Maekar and nephews. The tragedy comes swiftly. During the brutal melee, Baelor takes a crushing mace blow to the head from Maekar, an accident born from chaos and confusion. Though he survives the trial itself, Baelor dies soon after, his skull shattered. His death in 209 AC is one of the most painful losses in Targaryen history, removing a ruler who could have prevented decades of instability and proving that the family's greatest enemy is often itself. Prince Valarr Targaryen, the heir who never ruled. Prince Valarr Targaryen, Baelor's eldest son, enters the story as the next generation of hope. Known as the Young Prince, Valarr bears dark hair streaked with silver, a visual symbol of the merging of Dornish and Valyrian blood. Married to Kira of Tyros, Valarr is second in line to the throne and participates in the tourney, though many opponents refuse to truly challenge him due to his royal status. While Valarr does not fight in the Trial of Seven, he witnesses its aftermath and harbors resentment toward Dunk, believing him responsible for his father's death. Tragically, Valarr never gets the chance to prove himself as king. He falls victim to the Great Spring Sickness later in 209 AC, dying along with his infant sons. In one cruel sweep, Baelor's entire bloodline is erased, forcing the succession onto less capable branches of the family. Prince Matarys Targaryen, a quiet loss with massive consequences. Prince Matarys Targaryen, Baelor's younger son, is rarely seen and barely mentioned during the events of the Hedge Knight, yet his existence matters deeply in the larger political picture. As third in line to the throne, Matarys represents continuity and security for House Targaryen. That sense of security vanishes when Matarys succumbs to the Great Spring Sickness. His death, like Valarr's, happens off-page, but carries enormous weight. With Baelor and both his sons gone, the dynasty loses its strongest branch almost overnight, leaving Westeros dangerously vulnerable to internal conflict.
Prince Aerys Targaryen, the Scholar King. Prince Aerys Targaryen, Daeron II's second son, is the opposite of his warrior brother Baelor. Bookish, withdrawn, and obsessed with prophecy, Aerys believes deeply in the return of dragons and ancient magic. He plays no direct role in the tourney at Ashford, but his survival proves pivotal. After the deaths of Daeron II, Baelor, Valarr, and Matarys, Aerys unexpectedly ascends the Iron Throne as King Aerys I. His reign is defined by neglect, as he leaves governance largely in the hands of Brynden Rivers, better known as Bloodraven. Aerys dies childless in 221 AC, ensuring that the throne will once again pass to another brother, prolonging instability within the dynasty. Prince Rhaegel Targaryen, the Mad Prince. Prince Rhaegel Targaryen, the third son of Daeron II, is remembered primarily for his instability. Described as mad and physically frail, Rhaegel remains in the background during the Hedge Night. Married to Alice Arryn, he fathers 3 children, including twins Aelor and Aelora. Rhaegel survives both the tourney and the Great Spring Sickness, only to die years later in 215 AC under bizarre circumstances, reportedly choking on lamprey pie. His children's lives end in further tragedy, cutting off yet another branch of the Targaryen family tree. Prince Maekar Targaryen, the warrior who becomes king. Prince Maekar Targaryen, the 4th son of Daeron II, is a hardened warrior and stern father. He arrives at Ashford with his sons and takes part in the trial of 7 on the opposing side, driven by pride and loyalty to his blood. The accidental killing of Baelor haunts Maekar, reshaping his relationship with his children. Maekar survives the novella, the plague, and the chaotic years that follow. After Aerys I's death, Maekar ascends the throne as King Maekar I. His reign is harsh but stable, ending in 233 AC when he is killed during a rebellion at Starpike, dying as he lived in battle.
My horse.
I'm not a stable boy, my lord.
Not clever enough.
Aerion Targaryen, Brightflame, and the face of madness. Aerion Brightflame is the clearest villain of the Hedge Knight. Cruel, sadistic, and arrogant, Aerion assaults a puppeteer, kills a horse in the tourney, and nearly burns Dunk alive. His actions force the trial of 7 and set the story's tragedy into motion. Though defeated by Dunk, Aerion survives and is exiled to Lys by Maekar. His story ends years later in one of the most disturbing deaths in Targaryen history, when he drinks wildfire believing it will turn him into a dragon. Instead, it kills him, cementing his legacy as a cautionary tale of unchecked madness. Daeron Targaryen, the Drunken Dreamer. Daeron Targaryen, Maekar's eldest son, is plagued by prophetic dreams that drive him to drink. He avoids knighthood and responsibility, shaving Egg's head as a disguise and briefly accusing Dunk before withdrawing from the trial of 7 due to a dream foretelling death. Daeron survives Ashford but dies young in 221 AC from a pox, never fulfilling his potential and leaving behind only the echoes of visions that might have changed history. Maester Aemon Targaryen, wisdom over power. Aemon Targaryen, Maekar's 3rd son, is training at the Citadel during the events of the Night of the 7 Kingdoms. Choosing knowledge over crowns, Aemon eventually becomes a Maester and later joins the Night's Watch. He outlives nearly all his kin, dying peacefully at the age of over 100 during the events of A Dance with Dragons.
Never heard of him.
Do you know every knight in the 7 Kingdoms, then?
The good
Prince Aegon Targaryen, Egg, the unlikely king. Prince Aegon Targaryen, known as Egg, is the soul of the story. Disguised as Dunk's squire, Egg reveals his identity only when necessary, proving himself clever, brave, and compassionate. He survives the trial, continues his adventures with Dunk, and against all odds ascends the throne as King Aegon V the Unlikely in 233 AC. His reign is marked by reform and empathy for the common people, ending tragically at Summerhall in 259 AC. The Targaryen sisters, Daela and Rhae. Maekar's daughters, Daela and Rhae, remain minor figures, largely untouched by the central conflicts. They survive the era, but fade quietly into history, overshadowed by the chaos surrounding their brothers.
Tragedy and irony are pure George R.R. Martin. The dragons may be gone, but the fire still burns. Valarr Morghulis. Our nerdy thoughts. And that's the complete breakdown of every Targaryen tied to a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, from the heirs who should have ruled to the unlikely survivors who reshaped Westeros forever.
This era might feel lighter on the surface, but as we've seen, the seeds of Targaryen downfall were already planted, with plagues, pride, and family feuds cutting them. For more deep dives into Westeros lore. Until next time, remember, when it comes to the
Houses of Westeros!
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.